again. This is my third live today, y'all. I have no idea how I'm doing it, but we are still doing it. What's poppin'? Welcome to the Mrs. Best Reviews channel. I am Mrs. Best, and we are here to go over the latest episode of Debs House R&B. This episode was titled On the Spectrum. This was season 2, episode 3. Shout out to Miss Deb. Miss Deb, I will say there is not a single television show that I have watched her on that I am not entertained. I just think as a Black businesswoman that is doing things, has maintained some type of relevancy, has good connections in the music industry. It's nice to see her do things on her own, independently, singly. And especially after her little stupid ass Trump comment, I ain't forgot Miss Deb. She made some comments a while back, but I like what she's doing with this show. Let's welcome in the first person who was here, Miss Shani. Welcome in, Shani. I appreciate you for being the first. I appreciate you for always supporting the lives. Shani don't play. Shani is always here. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's see. Shani said, wait for you to crack some jokes about the girl with the acorn head. There she go. There she go. Head shaped like a damn acorn. I can't stand it. I can't. What's poppin'? Watch your mouth reviews. I appreciate you for being in here. As you guys know, he will be back when Salt Lake City is back on TV. I don't know what day, so I'm just going to say the 17th to the 20th. At some point between that time, he'll be live. And he does Salt Lake City. Housewives of Potomac will be back next month. I'm not sure if he'll pick back up Love and Marriage Huntsville. It's still on TV. And I think the Heart and Hustle Houston is still on TV. I can't remember. Hell. He has a lot of shows that'll be coming back. He will keep you warm and fuzzy and with reads through the winter, because literally every fucking show that James seems to recap is all coming back between September and January. And I don't know how he gonna do it, but he'll figure it out. He said, at some point I will be live. We will cover the reunions for Love and Marriage Huntsville. Yeah, that's good. I'm still watching the reunions, James. Not the reunions, the episodes. It's a struggle for me, but I'm like, I figured you would probably be back to discuss something. So I'm still watching it. I just holler loudly at the TV. Oddly, Martell, I'm not mad at Martell. The way Martell handled Maurice, like, nigga, please. But yeah, Love and Marriage Huntsville, as far as I'm concerned, y'all, that show can die. I hate that show. I just do. It's tired. And now Melody's on the internet in a stiff wig talking about Martell hit her and he's clapping back. I said, these people need a life. They need a life. But let's get into Debs House, you guys. This was an interesting episode. Shani been in every live. Karen is free. The Grand Dame is free and filming. Shani's excited James is back. It's his first time popping in, honestly, in a very, very long time. So we all welcome and continue to wish him well with his healing. He'll be back when he be back. Subscribe to his channel, then you'll know when he's back. I love it. I love it. But let's get into the episode. Miss Deb is calming Amber down because Amber was outside losing her mind. She's these fucking bitches. And I know she's autistic, but that is me. When somebody tries you and you know you can knock their fucking neck in, but you can't, you got to refrain. Sometimes you got to go outside and just like, stupid ass bitch, why they keep playing with me? So I'm not mad at Amber. I'm not. But Miss Deb points out, she's like, honey, you scaring people. And not like scaring people like she's going to hurt somebody, but like scaring people is in like, are you good emotionally, girl? Because I do agree that what Deja is doing in her mess, it should not be so bad that it causes her to like be in that amount of tears, having that level of a breakdown. Like that don't make no sense to me. It does not make sense to me. So I did agree with that. But Miss Deb made a good point. How can you tell the world via TikTok that you are autistic, but not think to tell anybody in a house full of women? A house full of artists. What did Erykah Badu say? Artists, we are sensitive about our shit. And that is the truth. So you go in a house full of a bunch of sensitive people trying to do things, and you have to tell the truth on how you feel. Amber, to answer your question, Shani, on who's in the picture, is the, okay, let me see if I can explain this right. Where y'all see the R&B in the Debs House R&B, Amber is right above the B diagonally. You know, she's singing, she's holding a mic, she's hitting a note in the little shot they got of her. She's very talented. I love her voice, but I feel like sometimes she does too much with her voice and it's kind of funny. But I like Amber. I don't mind her thus far. Now we pick up the performances after Amber's meltdown because Miss Deb talks to her, gets her back in, and AJ was fucking up the church's pieces of change. I'm gonna just tell y'all it was what it was. AJ can sing. She a colorless lady that can sing. Her voice has a lot of color and seasonings in it, but she's pitchy. She can't seem to hold a consistent note for too long. I think that she can be an incredible vocalist. AJ is dope. Her personality, like, I think she's relatable. She could be an incredible vocalist. She just needs to work a little bit more. Like, singing ain't something you could just get into. You know, you got to really work at it, get things done. And I think a lot of people think, I have natural talent. I don't need vocal training. You can always use training. You can always use training. You can. But after everyone announces their strengths, because Miss Deb has them do an activity like that, Kimberly, you know, made a comment that pissed me off. It really did piss me off. Yes, James. Yes, moderate in the comments. Yes, boo. Yes, boo. I love it. Look, he's telling y'all with a smile too in his picture. Like the video. Like the fucking video. But I was genuinely annoyed because Amber announces that she was high functioning autistic. That is what people mean by spectrum for those who are unsure about how autism works. The reason they say you're on a spectrum, some people can be high functioning, some people can be so low functioning that they can't even speak or interact or communicate without doing things that are destructive and or just doing nothing at all. So every person with autism is different. Some of the women came to her aid to give her a hug. Ashley came to her aid. Audrey came to her aid. But then I saw Kimberly, Daisha, and Tara E in the background hating. Why are you upset that somebody's bringing up that they're autistic? And this nasty looking bitch, Kimberly, gonna say, I feel like she's using her autism to get away with her behavior. Let me tell you something about ignorant people like that pisses me off. I do work in mental health. I have worked with autistic people. They are no different than anybody else. A lot of them are smarter than motherfuckers like myself and like Kimberly, as quiet as it's kept. So I hate when people come at people for disabilities, whether it's developmental, a mental health struggle, any of that. Come at people about shit they can control. Don't come at people about shit they cannot control. And to say that somebody with autism is using that as a way to get an advantage in a singing competition is wild. She was in tears because she was bullied. And because she is autistic, her emotional response was different. But instead of emotionally responding in a way to attack another person, she went outside and kind of attacked herself, which was sad. So if someone is autistic, I don't think they have the ability to use that to their advantage. It's a part of who she is. She's not using it to get away with shit. Kimberly, I don't even know why Kimberly here. Kimberly needs to be on a singing competition that Dionne Warwick is judging, not Deb with these young people. Don't laugh, husband. I am trying to stay. My husband in the background. She's 45 years old. Why is she competing to win a competition amongst a bunch of 23 and 30-year-olds? Keep it real. Because the new generation, y'all might think I'm being mean as hell. But for those who are millennials like myself, James, or people who are older than millennials, such as Shani and other viewers that come here, there's a reason American Idol said you can't come on this shit if you pass 30. There's a reason. I think that with certain stuff, you'll fit, and with certain stuff, you don't. So Kimberly needs to focus on figuring out how to hit a note and sing an R&B song to where she don't sing like she about to scream on a Fred Hammond track. Instead of trying to stop laughing at me. Instead of trying to come for somebody with a disability that they cannot control, such as autism. And lift your bra strap on your right side, Kimberly, because that titty was hanging. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. It's so unfortunate that someone with so much talent can have the nastiest attitude. And that's really what the message will be throughout the bulk of this episode. You can have the looks, the popularity, you can have the voice, the ability to write, the talent, but if your attitude is fucked up, or if you hate on other people, we're not gonna like you. You may stay relevant and get roasted, but we're not gonna like you. We're just not. We're just not. Let me catch the comments. Shani said you got to train your voice all the time. You got to work on your breathing. I did that before Twin was here. Yes. Yes, you do. You do. You do. You do. She do like me at first. She don't play. James said, I'm not doing this with you today, Mrs. Best. I've not done anything. Listen, James going to come in my life. Make me behave. I'm behaving. You should be proud of me that I'm even on camera, friend. I am trying. I'm behaving. But that lady had that girl fucked up. I don't like that. If you're going to bully somebody or come at somebody, hate on somebody that's equal to you. Don't hate on somebody that has a struggle that you yourself don't have to deal with. And don't hate on somebody that goes through something that you don't understand, because it was clear she don't understand. And being 45 is not a fucking reason to not understand autism. Shit's been around. It's just more prevalent now. So I will leave it there, Kimberly, and leave her alone. I'll give her that. 45. Cackling like a mean chick. And half of the chicks in this episode that was messy while I'm on it was old as hell. Tara, 39. Kimberly, 45. Why are y'all so miserable at that age? I'm only 33, and I feel like the older I get, the happier I get. But that could just be me. I don't know. We shall see. But Amber tells AJ that she was told, because they go back to the house, and this is where Miss Deb is like, nobody's going home. Thank you, James. Oh, Lord. Amber tells AJ once they get back to the house, pretty much that the person who said that Amber was a plant was AJ, because Amber had heard that someone said she was a plant. She heard Deja saying this, and I guess Deja or somebody said that this came from AJ, which I really don't believe. And AJ ends up confronting Dacia because she's like, I didn't say that shit. I said, oh, don't piss off. I'm going to say what I'm saying. Don't piss off no stud with tattoos coming all the way up to her neck fat that sings soulfully like she grew up around people who are opposite of the colorless. That girl said they pissed AJ off so bad. She said, I'm really crazy. Like I got paperwork. I'm like, my husband is over here chuckling. I'm like, oh, that means she's been up to 5150. Like she said she got paperwork. I was like, when somebody says I'm really crazy, I got paperwork on me, like not on somebody else, but on themselves, leave them alone. Leave her alone. Do not make sense. Like, leave her alone. If we play Monopoly, don't collect $200. Just keep going. Just leave her alone. So I was irritated because Dacia messy ass gonna say, I don't know why. With that acorn head looking like a Nickelodeon cartoon. I don't know why. These women always doing that. What goes on in the dark will come to light. Girl, can your hairline come to light? Because I'm so sick of this short haircut on the shape of her head. The shape of her head gives me an acorn. It just does. Sandy cheeks. That's what I think of. I can't with her. I just cannot. But she's bullshitting. Let me get the comments before I keep going. James said, now when my channel come back, make sure it's on camera. I'm going to try. As long as we're live, like after I'm done with homework and all of that, I could be on camera. I could do that for you. I can. I could do that for James, y'all. She said both of y'all need to be okay. Okay, Shannon. Yes, ma'am. Oh, Jesus. Let me stop. But Deb comes in the house because I guess the ladies seem to keep forgetting like they're on camera. Everything that they do, Miss Deb can see, which is something I like in this house, in the concept of this show. Miss Deb comes in and she sits everybody down to try and get to the bottom of things. Now, it came out that Tara called her family. The other Tara, the one who I guess used to be a crackhead and got 6 kids and sing real big and good, she sang real good. But I guess Tara had told her family some stuff about the drama. And Miss Deb was asking Tara, like, why are you calling people outside of the house and filming to tell them what's going on in the house? Which I don't know if a lot of us don't think about this, but they do sign contracts for shows like this. They can only speak about certain things, do certain things. They can't post certain things on social media. The reason is to protect the integrity of the show so we don't know or find out about the results. I'm like, okay, Miss Deb, she probably going home just off of that. And the ladies go downstairs and they give Ashley the golden mic. Ashley's the most unproblematic, in my opinion, in this house. She sings well. She's pretty consistent. She's not problematic. The only problem with Ashley is her clothes. But we do know that she is a cancer survivor of, breast cancer, which I incredibly admire her for coming on the show and being vulnerable about that. So I think she's just trying to get her sexy back, which a lot of women who've had to have a mastectomy go through. But she got to figure out these clothes, child. She got to figure it out, girl. God gave you a second chance to live. So don't make God look stupid by choosing to wear what you're wearing when you had a second chance. Choose to look good in your second shot, and you can look good without having, body parts and all of that out. But she gets a golden mic, which I thought was well-deserved because she also did the best without messing up or anything in the performance. But the ladies go downstairs after that, and Deb stays upstairs and comes down after. The ladies were talking, and Tara immediately apologizes to AJ and the other women for her behavior. And I start noticing the producers put, instead of Tara, the city she's from, they put pot stirrer. Everybody was cracking up watching that because she was stirring the pot quietly, and she did seem to be kind of messy and part of the clan. Now, I personally feel like Deja should have went home. She's cruel, she's unusual, and I think she's a bully. But Deja can sing. Like, she's not, or Dacia, however you say that name, it's spelled stupidly, but she can sing. Like, that girl can sing. I would listen to her voice over and over again. Tara can sing too. But Tara confused me because she sounds like that girl that was on Grown in Gospel with the messed up marriage to the pastor when me and James recapped that years ago. She sing like her. I think Tasha something, I can't remember her name, but she sing like her, and you look at her, you'd be confused. But she can go. She can go. Let me get the comments. My older sister says that all the time. Don't fuck with me because I'm crazy and I got the paperwork to prove it. Listen, and in that order, leave people alone. That's me too. Anytime I done crash out on somebody, there's paperwork somewhere. Because if you push me to that point as a Gemini, we don't have a middle ground. I'm going all the way to hell. That's really all. She does have her teeth. She does have her teeth. Ashley is the woman at the very top of the photo, to the left of the B3ST logo with the blonde braid. She's pretty chill. She's pretty calm. But the next thing we see, because they sent Tara home, which I was glad. Bye, pot stirrer. You won't be missed. Audrey is lying to her employer just so she could be on this show, which was so funny. She has her 9 to 5 job. She got to keep a job. So Audrey, she was like, yeah. And you hear her supervisors, they're like, oh, you're pretty banged up, huh? And she's got her wig sitting next to her, putting on her makeup. She's like, yeah. And I'm like, y'all know you wrong to air that. Like, she's trying to make her life happen. I don't know that Audrey will win this show. I think she's talented, but I don't know that she'll win the show. But if she doesn't win the show and loses her job because that was aired, that would suck. But then again, I will wait till cameras go down before I'm talking to my job. Or I would have been like, oh, well, show, I'm taking my mic off for a second and gone and done that. But I'm not mad at her. Do what you got to do. Keep your job. Keep your job. Right. Thank you, Shandy. 0 to 1,000, real quick with a Gemini. And legend has it, a Gemini ain't come for nobody who ain't came for us first. Just saying. So if you had to deal with it, what did you do? Whenever people are like, ooh, you a Gemini? I'm like, well, what did you do to a Gemini? Because we don't just bother people. We don't just do that. That's Aquarius, but I'll digress. Cisco, who was part of the Creep Squad of Love and Hip Hop New York, but is also a reputable producer. We get to see Cisco come on here as a guest judge to the show. I respected Cisco. He judged the vocals and he was spot on with his assessment of everybody. And I like that he told them what they needed to hear. He was spot on with every assessment. And I have no argument at all. Now, the women do go back. She said, don't sound like she worried about that job. It don't. It really don't. It don't, especially if you're on TV. I would never do that. I would tell my job I need a leave of absence and come on the show and then go back home. Like, you can always get a leave. I mean, at least in California, you can always get an LOA for a minimum of, I believe it's 7 days here, and a maximum of 365 before your job is given away to somebody else. You won't get paid all the time, but you'll have a job. If you need a LOA, you need a LOA. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with it. But the women do. He sure was, Shani, part of the Creep Squad. But he is a very talented producer. I just think we saw a different light of him on Love and Hip Hop, because who is he fucking with? Mariah Lynn. I wouldn't take her seriously either as an artist. No shade. A lot of the people at that time, I don't blame him for doing what he did. But he is a talented producer, and we get to see why. The women do go back in the studio after Cisco just listens to what they got. And the two that struggled the most were Tara, the bald lady, as well as Kimberly and AJ. Now, Tara, the bald lady, kind of surprised me. I like her energy. I like her confidence. I don't know. I just like Tara. Like, she seemed cool for the most part. She seemed unproblematic. And to me, she sang well, but there were parts of it that could have been stronger or pitchier. I do feel like her nerves got in the way of things. But AJ and Kimberly deserved it the most. I feel like with Kimberly, she has a great voice. But I do agree with Cisco, because she was like, he told me I had an attitude because he asked me if I sang R&B or gospel, and I like to be open to sing whatever. I can understand that. But you do have an attitude, Kimberly. Kimberly barely talked, but when she do, her face is stuck up. She seems to have a nasty attitude in general. My personal thing is that Cisco's assessment of Kimberly was correct. Her ego was in the way and tough. You could tell that because she has sang backup for legends like Faith Evans, that she may feel like she don't need this show. She may feel like she doesn't need the feedback. But no matter how old you are, how good you are, you can always learn from somebody else. Feedback is always useful, especially if it's in a constructive way. It's always useful. It's a fact. So I didn't like how Kimberly just turns her nose up to anything. But AJ also struggled. She was extremely pitchy. And she took Cisco's words in like an offensive way and almost needed a break at one point. And I was like, okay, AJ, why is she still here, Miss Deb? Because Miss Deb is known to be shady and have plants on shows. She is. And let's just call it a buck. Miss Deb voted for Trump. I don't trust it all the time. I'm just saying what I'm saying. And I don't understand how AJ is still here. I don't. Because even though the other women are messy, the way I would have ran a show like this is you going to deal with some messy ass hating bitches in your life sometimes. You got to deal with it. That's what I would tell Amber. Whatever coping mechanism you need, if you need a private space or room, the show can accommodate her autism in that way, but you're going to have to deal with it. I want to see who could deal with the bullshit and still remain professional. That's what I would want to see. So I'm looking at some of the concepts of how they do the show, and I'm annoyed. AJ fucked up in her audition. She fucked up in her second audition when they gave her a second shot. She fucked up in every competition that they have done thus far on the show, and we're only on episode 3, so she still has plenty of time to do better. But AJ has made mistakes at every point, and they're noticeable mistakes that someone not trained in song who's just watching the show can catch. If AJ was on Make It a Band years ago, I know we can't really support the diddler no more, but on a show like American Idol, Simon Cowell would have ate her up. If you can't take what Cisco's telling you when you are pitchy, I don't know what you're going to do. So I'm curious as to why she's still here. Now, what pissed me off is at the end of everything, Miss Deb goes and talks to Brandon. And I actually agreed with Brandon. And I don't really care for him, but I think he has a good ear. Brandon was right. AJ needs to get the fuck on. If not now, then next time. If not next time, then the time after that. But she's not going to win this competition. But I think Miss Deb really wants her to. Miss Deb was looking stressed, like she was in tears, because they wanted AJ to be sent home. And Miss Deb took the cop-out move once again to make us question in her ear and chose to keep AJ, keep Kimberly, and send Tara, the one who was best, home. I would have cut Kimberly or AJ. That's just my opinion. I haven't heard nothing too special from Kimberly in terms of how she sings. I think she's got a good voice, but she does give me someone that would do well as a background singer. Like I could see Kimberly singing backup for Charlie Wilson, Alicia Keys, Jill Scott. I cannot see Kimberly singing background for an artist like Summer Walker. Her voice is too noticeable and would disrupt the integrity of a performance. Some would say that means she could sing on her own. She could. She could try some neo soul or something like Angie Stone used to do, but she don't do too much with her voice. And until she shows us she's bigger than backup, that's how I view her. She's still very talented, but she has not proven to me that she's bigger than being in the backup or background of anything. That's just my opinion, and I'm not fucking changing it. So if you don't like it, I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. But the golden mic went to Audrey, which I was like, okay, you know, she handled everything with the most professionalism. She gets along with everyone in the house. She's honest. She sang in the studio with no issue. She could sing simple. She could be radio ready. She could sing a lot and big. She's well-rounded. So I felt like Audrey getting the golden mic was okay and well-deserved. I feel like Miss Deb going to avoid giving Amber the golden mic because everyone thinks that Amber's a favorite. But Amber's voice is magical. I love it. So, you know, we'll see. But at the end of the episode, after the golden mic is given out, the ladies are split up into groups. I believe it was Amber, Dacia, Audrey, and AJ's the other and the rest of them. Hell, I can't remember all that, y'all. I'm tired. But, you know, I'm curious to see what's going to happen because Miss Deb tells them, y'all got to work together as a group to write a song. Then you're going to perform it for me tonight. I was like, oh, damn, they got to write and perform tonight, which is possible. I used to dance. I used to perform on stage, sing back up, do all of those things. And there were times I went in and had to learn the lyrics, the ad-libs, and the background vocals in 10 minutes. Like literally, you hear people on stage getting ready and stuff, and I'm learning the stuff in 10 minutes. I've learned full dance routines in just 20 minutes. Like sometimes that happens. So I do think that this is a useful activity for Miss Deb to have them do. Think of it this way. Every time a rapper come on an interview, what y'all want them to do? Freestyle something, spit a bar. Same thing with singers. They're doing something similar. So I think it'll be a fun little activity, especially to see Amber and Dacia, Deja, whatever her name is, Acorn Head, I call her. It'll be interesting to see those two work together. I think that Amber and Dacia have the two strongest and most auditorily pleasing voices of anybody who's left up here. So if Deja was to win, I'd be happy because I don't like her attitude, but her voice is good. If Amber were to win, I'd be happy because she's emotional, but her voice is good. So I'm curious to see what they'll do working together instead of against each other. Because Deja don't give me somebody that work well with people unless they messy just like her. I don't know. But you know, that was all that happened on this episode, y'all. Before I move on, I'm going to get the comments. Let me see. Shani said, once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe. And I'm admitting she never had a hit after that. Because who the fuck going to take you seriously if that's your song? Who's going to take you seriously? Just kind of like Cardi B, she ain't never really came back from that line in that WAP song. I don't cook, I don't clean, but I still got a ring. And he cheated on you left and right, and the ring is gone. It's one of those things where I think sometimes, like Mariah Lynn was a mess with that, but at least she owned it. Shani said Whitney Houston was sing back up for BB and CeCe Winans. She sure did. She sure did. She sure did. She did. She did. I love Whitney. I really love Whitney. Loved her. I just went to a Charlie Wilson concert and they did a tribute to Whitney. It was super dope. But y'all, that's it. I'm gonna let y'all get back to your Saturdays. I'm going to get back to my Saturday. I'm going to probably watch some movies with my spouse, play some video games. We will be back live again on my channel on Wednesday. In the meantime, we do have music reactions that will be coming. On Tuesday, we have a reaction coming for Louis XO. Shout out to Louis XO and all the artists out of Columbus, Ohio. We also have some other music reactions that are coming throughout the week. We'll be back live for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta next week. James will be back when he's back, as he says. Other than that, I appreciate y'all for spending time with me. Comment your opinions, even if you're watching when we're no longer live. Shout out to the replay gang, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.